I was trying to think of some books that I like, and in doing so, kind of sparked this rant and ramble. This is more ramble than rant, though. It's about Stephen King. Um, for a long time, it was the only author I read. Um, and the older I get, the more flaws, I guess, I see in his work, but it's funny, it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of it. I just know what it is now. To me, I mean, I could read his stories forever, honestly. And like two of the books on my list is The Stand and It. And what sparked this was um, the villains, the antagonists of the pieces. Uh, Pennywise from It and Randall Flagg from The Stand. To me, now I'm gonna do another list of my favorite characters in books, movies, whatever combined. And in terms of villains, antagonists, Flagg and Pennywise are pretty high up there. I think, and it's hard to choose, but I think I like Flagg a bit more than Pennywise, because Pennywise is outside. He's in. I don't know what he is, or it is. It's like an alien creature thing. I don't know. It's never really explicitly stated what it is. It is what it is. It's the deadlights. It's, you know what I mean? We can't even grasp its form. It's outside. Flagg is more inside. He's very human. He has a temper. He's arrogant, uh, self-centered sometimes. Um, he's all too human, and I think that's what makes him such a great character. Because you never really want him to win, but it's enjoyable to see him in action. You know, he was so jovial. He was so he's the walking dude. You know, and those are two great characters. I don't think he's ever written another villain or antagonist that top those. I really don't. You know, from what I remember reading, he likes the Dead Zone. I think I remember reading that. That's his favorite, or one of his favorite books that he wrote. And the villain in that, the guy who became president, he was based off an actual guy. So I don't really count that personally. And I'm pretty sure John Smith, Johnny Smith, whatever, is based off King himself. So I don't really count that. And that's just me. I mean, there's nothing like Pennywise that we know of anyway that exists. Um, and Flag to me is just the evil of humanity. Just destruction, just an unmaker of things. Person who watched things burn and laugh. You know, but I've read quite a few of his stories, and to me, nothing really comes close to the horror of The Stand. It's bad too, especially reading it as like a teenager. You know, as a young person, because I know how that is. No one, no one will truly believe you as a kid if you say something. You don't really exist. You're invisible to the adults around you. You know. So if something that would have happened, I mean, that'd be horrible because no one believe no one would believe you. You need to deal with it on your own, you know. Actually, the beautiful thing about it was the losers, the group, was stronger than each individual member. It's a lot of themes in that story that is awesome. I might actually break it down in a separate like thing, and this rant and ramble that's just about that book. The stand. The horrible thing about the stand is Captain Trips, the disease that was spread, because it could happen. You know what I mean? It's not some deadlight alien creature thing. It's man being man. I'm pretty sure a disease like that exists, and hopefully it never gets released by mistake or whatever. Because that's the horror of it. Like, it wouldn't work if he started that book after trips already happened, and everyone's wiped out and everyone's starting again. It wouldn't work the same. You know, like a lot of post-apocalyptic tales do. It starts after the apocalypse. I think this was enhanced by showing what led to the downfall. It showed the apocalypse. It worked. It made it a better story. And it's the character arcs. Like every time I read it, I identify or empathize with different characters. I think when I first read it, I felt more kinship with Flag, of all people. I think the next time I read it, I felt more in tune with Harold Lauder. Uh, the last time I read it, it was the musician. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's been a while since I read Stan. Um, but yeah, I'm probably gonna identify with someone else when I read it again. That's good writing to me. You can say all you want about his writing post the Stan, but that to me, that's why I think in general people prefer that story than his others. But like to me personally, that's his crown achievement. It is. And you could say, oh, you know, the ending wasn't the best, and yeah, but that's Stephen King. He's really good at having a concept and telling like a story in terms of characters. That's where his strength is. Ending things, wrapping things up, not so much. And like you can't go into his stories expecting that, and that's kind of bad to say too, because like you should expect excellence, you know. But that's not what he's about. You read his stuff to get to know some people. You don't you might forget the names. Like I forgot some of the names, but you don't forget the characters themselves. I mean, you read the stories and you refamiliarize yourself with them. It's like it's like an old friend that you meet up with again. I I think, yeah, I think he is deserving of all the accolades he's gotten in terms of that. Um, I I'm waiting for a good translation adaptation of when this book's into a movie or a series or whatever, and I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I really don't. The closest thing to a good adaptation to me was Needful Things. I saw the movie before I read the book, and I prefer the movie. Just the end. Everything leading up, I think I prefer the book, but the end, like, once again, he can't end things well. the end of the movie to me fit more. It felt right. Um, the Mist is like that. Um, I really like the movie ending compared to the book ending. Um, Now, The Stand and It, especially It, the book is vastly superior to the movies and series and stuff. Vastly. It's another thing, right quick, that I like about Stephen King is a lot of his stories occur in the same world and have characters in common. Like Pangborn, he was in Evil Things, and he was in oh gosh, Cujo, was it? There's another there's another book, but it's like it was good to see that Pennywise actually might have been in another book. I believe he's mentioned in passing in Salem's Lot, and of course in It. Randall Flagg's famous for this. He's in many stories. Um, so that's really cool to have a universe that you write in. I think more writers could follow that mold. I think they'll be better for it. And I think the fans will get more out of it too. Not even directly tied, just the person these people are around. It's a universe. You know, it's a cohesion to the work overall. You know. But yeah. I haven't read the Dark Tower series. I always intended to, but I heard how Flag was dealt with, let's say, in that, and to me, that turned me off from it. A character like that didn't deserve that. You know, we always knew he's gonna get his comeuppance. You know, but that's he's above what happened to him, in my opinion, and I won't support the series. You know, that's just what it is. Um, but yeah, I just an off the cuff, random ramble. I kind of do want to get some stories that I haven't seen yet. Um, it's hard to find things where I live, so you know I'm gonna have to send away for some. And I lost a lot of my books in fire, so I have to start from scratch with all my books. Um, but yeah, I had a pretty nice little collection going before that happened. I'll build it back again though. I mean, you know, like one of his short story collections is titled, you know, Everything's Eventual. Alright, later.